Insomniac got hacked a week ago, and I know I'm late on the subject, but I was taking some time to mull it over to find out what kind of content creator was I going to be. Was I going to be the kind of person to take advantage of someone else's misfortune, or would I keep my dignity in the hopes of having more people be less shitty? Luckily for myself, I chose the latter. For those of you who do not know, Insomniac Games got hacked last week by a hacker group demanding 50 bitcoins, which equates to about $2 million US. Insomniac Games and Sony declared that they do not deal with terrorists, and unfortunately the hackers released 1.6 terabytes of information, which is about 1.3 million files, and you can currently find 98% of the leaked files on certain websites, which I will not be talking about today. Which is a great segue to talk about how this channel is going to be functioning. Yes, it is gaming. Yes, I will be talking about leaks as long as they are regular internet leaks. Walmart accidentally posts a listing, I'll talk about that. However, I will not discuss leaks of this nature. Leaks that are engaging in actual criminal activity is not something that I want to talk about, propagate, or encourage for anyone to seek out, look out into, or bring into this channel. Now, back in the day, when I hear about these leaks, I get super excited because it was more content for me. I didn't care if it was unfinished work. I didn't care what it was. I just wanted it for me. Until one day I had this friend who had sent me an unfinished art. And she was talking to me about it, how she loved it, but it was unfinished. And like the fool that I was, I showed it to my friends without asking. She got incredibly upset with me, and I didn't understand why, because I was like, I'm showing your art. They all think it's amazing. Why are you upset with me? And then she explained to me, regardless of what they think, it's unfinished. I do not want people judging me on my unfinished work. And this is exactly that. We have a tendency to forget that companies are formed of people first, before being a company, right? And it's a relatively small company. 600 employees is not that much for the projects that they're doing. These are massive projects. And we have almost everything has been released to the public, all willy-nilly, okay? We have financial wreck. We have canceled projects. We have future IPs. Insomniac isn't really going to be impacted by this that much. The company, because we're still going to go buy a Wolverine. We're still going to buy the Spider-Man DLC. We're still going to buy any game that Insomniac comes out. So they're not really the ones being affected. The people being affected by this is the developers. Okay. Because the developers, their private information, the employees, and even past employees, and even independent contractors' information has been leaked to the public. So you have people who are looking at pre-alpha footage of Wolverine and who are upset about it. And they're gonna go find those game developers on Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, or whatever other social media platform you want, and they're gonna harass, because that's what people on the internet always do. They find people to blame for things out of their control. And this isn't gonna be any different from that. Is that sad? Incredibly so. Is it going to change? Unfortunately not. I would like to take a second just to read quickly what Insomniac decided to respond, because they decided to respond today, and I'll just be reading straight from their Instagram. If any of you guys are interested, I could post a link to their Instagram as well, so you guys can check that out in the description below. And while you guys are down there, why don't you guys leave a comment letting me know how you feel about the leaks. Are you for them? Are you against them? Do you want more? Do you want less? Thank you for your outpour of compassion and unwavering support. It deeply appreciated. Thank you very much, Insomniac. However, all I can say is that we appreciate what you guys have been doing for us. Both been saddened and angered about the recent criminal cyber attack on our studio and the emotional toll it has taken on our dev team. We have focused inwardly for the last several days to support each other. Again, what people have to remember is that Insomniac is a group of people making games. It is not just a company. It is people, humans like you and me. We are aware that the stolen data includes personal information belonging to our employees, former employees, and independent contractors. It also includes early development details about Marvel's Wolverine for PlayStation 5. We continue working quickly to determine what data was impacted. There is a little bit of data that I was interested in because I did get spoiled. I was scrolling on the TikToks and then a early footage of Wolverine popped up. I wasn't exactly sure what I was looking at, and the next thing you know, it was too late. I spoiled myself for Wolverine. The one tidbit of information that stuck out to me was the possible multiplayer, multiverse game that they're working on, which I would have loved to see. I would have been head over heels for that, right? and now it's been canceled. So now I get to live in this reality where this multiplayer Spider-Man game where you get to make your own character is never going to exist. I could have lived without that information and continue to be happy. And unfortunately, you guys have given me that information. And now I know. And I just have to live with that realization that I'll never see that Insomniac live service Spider-Man game that I would have loved. Thank you for that. This experience has been extremely distressing for us. We want everyone to enjoy the game we develop as intended and as our players deserve. So once again, we are only hurting ourselves by watching these leaks. Pre-alpha footage is not very indicative of where the game is going to end up in a year or two. Games usually go gold around a couple of months beforehand, and then it's polishing until release. The game is coming out supposedly in 2026, right? So we just spoiled ourselves 2 years ahead of time, and for what? Something that's probably going to be different, change, at the expense of other people's livelihood and their mental well-being. I hope that is at least a wake-up call for some of you. However, like Logan, Insomniac is resilient. Marvel's Wolverine continues as planned. The game is in early production. It will no doubt greatly evolve throughout development, as do all of our plans. Again, our game will greatly evolve throughout development, as do all of our plans. So we spoiled ourselves for something that we probably won't even recognize in the future. Good job. While we appreciate everyone's enthusiasm, we will share official information about Marvel's Wolverine when the time is right. On behalf of everyone in Insomniac, thank you for your ongoing support during this challenging time. Insomniac Games. One that was expertly handled by Insomniac, a quick post and then to not talk about it anymore, no press conferences, no YouTube videos, nothing like that. Just a straight up, let's talk about what happened and let's move on with our lives. Again, I'm not happy about these leaks. I got spoiled, and I'm sure a bunch of you got spoiled. So for anyone watching this video, I hope you don't share them. I hope this video has dissuaded you from participating in any of these tomfoolery and shenanigans. And if it did not, well, at the end of the day, remember, I'm just some guy on the internet, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thank you so much for getting to the end of the video, guys. For those of you who liked it, leave a like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And, you know, y'all do you, but I will always encourage you to do the right thing.